Parker, MVP candidate. This is a recurring theme for you, where you play well, and then people go, is an MVP candidate Tony Parker, and it's almost like you're like continually underrated.
I'm used to it. It's okay.
But at some point, you should be properly rated. You've been doing this every year now.
It's okay. I don't mind. We're in San Antonio, so I'm used to it. It doesn't bother me. As long as we win championships, I'm fine with that.
Well, how many rings do you have? You have three.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You have three. So, 2011, Memphis just gets hot in that series. They beat you. Last year, you're up 2-0 against Oklahoma City. You've won 20 straight. They win the next two. You go back to San Antonio for Game 5. Ibaka and Perkins start hitting jumpers. Mm-hmm. You lose. Now you're back here this year, good regular season team again. And people are like, the Spurs, but were those, I don't want to say flukes, but do you feel like those two events were unique events that maybe should not have happened all the time if you played that 100 times?
If we can go to the conference finals and people say it's a bad season, I'll take it. I'll take it. I thought we had a great season last year. You have to put it in perspective. We had a lot of young guys. Kawhi Leonard was a rookie. Right. Danny Green was his first year playing. And I think, in the playoffs, he showed a little bit. And so that's why I think this year we're a better team, because I think our young guys are better. Yeah. And I think Timmy is looking fresher than ever. And I think Manu, we've been, resting him most of the season.
Right.
And so I think
new strategy with him.
New strategy. We want to keep him fresh for the playoffs. So I like our chances. Obviously, when you go back at last year, you win 20 games in a row and then you lose 4. People ask me, like, what happened? And I'm like, I don't know. It's hard to understand. That's why it's the beauty of sport.
I wrote a glowing column after Game 2 about how great you guys were, and I blame myself for everything.
And you blame yourself?
You never won again.
Don't do that.
It's a total jinx. I'm not going to do that this year.
No, but it happens. It's sports, and that's why it's so great. And OKC played great, and that's why we want to come back this year and have another opportunity to try to play them again and go to the finals.
Game 5 against Oklahoma City, I mean, it's the absolute best they could play. When you leave that game and you're like, what just happened? Like, we're home. This is basically the best 2 out of 3, and these guys basically throw a no-hitter against us.
Yeah, they were great. You have to give them credit. We were playing a very talented team, and they got hot. Game 5, they played great. Harden, he hits that big step back 3 at the end.
Yeah.
And then it was tough, man. But I think it gives us a lot of fuel for this year, a lot of motivation for this year to come back and try to do it one more time.
Did you celebrate when they traded James Harden? Did you guys have a party at your house?
I was happy. I didn't have a party, but I was kind of happy because James Harden, man, he's really,
bad
really
matchup
good.
For you guys, yeah.
Very bad matchup.
And it turned out he's a really good basketball player.
Yes, he's really good.
Needed his own
No
team.
Disrespect to Martin, because he's talented too, and he's going to be tough to handle. But James Harden is like all-star. He's tough.
That was a really smart political answer you just did right there.
See that?
Because you're like, but Kevin Martin, Jeremy Lamb, I know he's not playing, but he's great too. So how's Duncan still doing this?
I don't know. He had to do a secret thing. I don't know. Maybe he went to Germany, the same doctor that Kobe used. I don't know. But I know that when I'm going to be 33, 34, I'm going to that same doctor.
Go to wherever Duncan went last summer.
There you go.
Check
That's what
him
I
out.
should do. I should do that.
I mean, he's one. You guys, it's funny because people are always like, the Spurs are boring. And I love watching you guys in person.
I want to ask you that. Why people say that? I can understand when I first arrived in the Spurs, we'll do a half court and give it to Timmy and David Robinson every single time. But we were winning. So.
Right.
But I can see that being boring. But I don't think we're boring now.
You haven't been boring for, I thought in 07 you guys were really exciting to watch. Because you and Manu are 2 of the most creative guys in the league. And Duncan, the thing I always liked about seeing you guys in person was just the spirit and the camaraderie. And just like Duncan, it's weird because he's in his 30s, but it's almost like Popovich is the dad. And then Duncan's like the older brother. And he's always like got his hands on guys. And I don't know. It's just, I like watching the chemistry. I always thought it was like you guys had something special.
I think that's the key of our success is the relationship between Coach Pop and Timmy and all the players.
Right.
Because we all, keep our ego for ourselves, and the most important is the team and the team success. And I think we've been good so long is because of that, because Pop preached that nobody's bigger than the team.
Right.
And then Timmy, everybody follows what he do, because he's a great example. For me, he's just a gift for my career. Just unbelievable to see him every day. Like at 36, I have that motivation to be an all-star and keep playing great. Respect that.
The other strength you have is that nobody else has emulated that philosophy of the team is more important than the player. I mean, you see so many teams that splinter because a player decides he's more important.
That's why it's hard. Chemistry, you see it with the Lakers. Chemistry is hard to find, and have the right players to fit together. It's tough, and I think in San Antonio, Coach Pop and RC, they always do a good job to put good players in our team.
You had a couple summers ago, you were like all of a sudden in trade rumors a couple times, and myself and anybody else who follows basketball were like, wow, you can trade for Tony Parker? Why is this happening? Were you worried that you might get traded that summer or no?
No, because it was rumors. Coach Pop told me that I was not going anywhere.
Because you need the three guys. I grew up a Celtics fan. I'm still a Celtic fan. We kept Mikhail Parrish and Bird together to the bitter end.
To the end, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then there was a big thing about whether that was a mistake or not. And the reality is, I don't feel like it probably wasn't, because in the last couple of years, we had chances to win a title, and one guy got hurt one year, the other year we had bad luck in a series. But I think ultimately you're better off doing that. Unless you could flip you for Kyrie Irving, then I get it. He's 10 years younger, like that makes sense to me. But to just split it up doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I think in the Spurs they don't do that. I think that's not their philosophy. And for us to make a trade, it needs to take a lot, because we don't do that much trades.
Right.
And they always like stability, and they're very loyal. And I think that's why a lot of guys in our team, they sign for less money to stay with the Spurs, because we trust Pop will take care of us. I know me personally, that's what I did.
And then after, I think you'd been on the Spurs for 10 years, and Pop said, all right, I'll get you another French guy. I'll finally do it.
You got me two French guys.
You got you two French guys. 2 for 1 special.
There you go.
So what do you guys, you just on the plane talking French the whole time and driving everyone crazy?
It's very international in our team. So what
do you have?
The Spanish side, with Manu and Thiago, who's from Brazil.
Oh, yeah.
And we got 2 Aussies, 2 Australian guys now. In our
I forgot
team.
about that.
And we got Patty Mills and Aaron Baines, and one of our assistant coach from Australia.
Yeah.
And then you got the French Mafia. You got 3 French guys in the team. So we got a lot of international, a lot of flavor going in the team.
What happens when you play Portland? Is it just French trash talking with Batum?
A little
just
bit.
nonstop?
A little
and the
bit.
refs don't know what's going on?
But Nico is a good friend, so it's like nice trash talk. It's nothing bad.
In the Olympics, I actually thought you had a chance to make the gold medal game. You guys had, on paper, that team looked nice. I was there.
No, but we had a bad summer. Like, I hurt my eye.
Right.
And so I missed the whole preparation, so I didn't practice with the team. So basically, I was not 100% when I arrived at the Olympics. Batum didn't practice one time with us, too, because he had his contract problem. So he couldn't practice until he signed his contract. And then Joakim Noah didn't come because of his ankle. So we had so many issues. In 2011, we was doing great. We went all the way to the final.
How was Joakim Noah on that team?
His dad. He won the Roland Garros.
That seems shady to me.
No, his dad is French. He won the French Open.
Where did he go to high school?
I don't know, somewhere in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he's not French.
Come on, that was like when Ibaka was at Spain.
I'm worse than Joakim Noah.
Why? Where'd you go to high school?
I'm born in Belgium.
Yeah.
My mom is Dutch, and my dad is American. And I play for the French national team.
Wow.
So that's worse than Joakim.
This is ridiculous. I should mention, in 2001, the Celtics had 3 picks in the first round.
Oh, you know. And they made my eyes water at the draft.
Oh.
I'm going to tell you a true story.
And my dad's.
True story. It's a draft. And you have that NBA lady, Creasy, she comes to me, and it was the 19th pick. She gives me a Celtics cap, say, they're going to pick you. And it was like 3 minutes left on the clock. It's 5 minutes to pick somebody. And then at 1 minute, she comes back and checks the cap. She's like, oh no, they changed their mind. And they took my cap, and I was like, what? And so then Boston.
And then you went 6 more picks.
And so then they draft Joe Forte.
Believe me, I remember. It was Joe Forte. Total recollection of that.
And so I was like always curious, like what happened. So one day I asked the GM, Chris Wallace, I was like, what happened in the draft like when you change your mind.
Yeah.
Because the day before, I practiced for Boston, so I did 2 workouts. I did the normal workout, and then the day before the draft, I did the workout. And it was Jim O'Brien at the time, the coach, and he was like, we want to draft you, but the Spurs, they're going to try to make a trade at 20, but if you're available at 21, for sure we take you. So the coach and the GM, they wanted me, but the president, big boss, he changed his mind, and he took Joe Forte.
Yeah, do you know who it was? It was the great Red Auerbach.
No, I know.
Who was like in his late 70s at that point. And that was when we took the car keys away from Red after that whole thing. Because Joe Forte lasted about a year and a half.
I don't know. I don't know if he's playing basketball.
Then I would go to these games with my dad, and you would come in, and we'd be like, are you serious? Now this guy's really good too? Like on top of the fact that Joe Forte is already out of the league? But
you almost had Timmy too. Because I remember they always do articles.
I'm well aware that we almost had Timmy.
They almost had me in TD.
It's pretty sad, but it really was one of the dark days of my life. Because we had tanked the whole season. We had, I think we had like a 33% chance. Yeah. I was watching him at Wake Forest. We were like, oh, this is a guy who's going to save us. And then we ended up, I think we had got the 3rd pick. We didn't even get the 2nd pick.
We took Chauncey Billups. I think it was 4th.
Well, we took Chauncey and we traded him after 50 games.
Yeah.
So that worked out great. Everything about so then Duncan would come in and he would just kill us every time. Like he took sick pleasure out of just torturing us. But I actually don't think him and Patino would have been a great match.
Yeah, that's I don't know.
We were like pressing and doing.
I don't know. I think that's destiny. I think San Antonio was the perfect match for Timmy.
So your eye, everything is good? I know you get asked about that all the time. Is that 100%?
It definitely put life in perspective.
Yeah.
You know what happened. You know, just unbelievable situation, wrong place at the wrong time. And but right now I'm fine. It's 100%. So right now it's a little bit red because I got elbowed by Elton Brand.
Was that true?
Yeah.
Who did that? Elton Brand?
Elton Brand. But he didn't do it. He didn't do it on purpose.
I think he might have. Maybe he's a Celtics fan. He's mad he didn't come to the Celtics. So you're feeling good about the season, it sounds like.
Yeah, I like our chances. Obviously, OKC, they're really, really good. Miami, they're really, really good. But I think like if we can keep improving on our defense and Timmy and Manu are healthy, I like our chances.
I'm thinking OKC, San Antonio, the rematch.
That'd be great.
And I think
the Clippers, they good too. You know, Clippers, they're gonna be tough. They're gonna be tough.
I think our show, I think the NBA show is going down for the Western Finals. I've never been to San Antonio.
Really?
Yeah, I'm kind of excited.
So we need to make it.
I'm hoping not to put on like 7 pounds from, what is it, steak, Mexican food?
Yeah, a lot of Mexican food, but it's pretty good though.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. If you don't like it, you can always come to my French house. I'll give you French food if you don't like it.
All right, you got to take your French posse out of here.
Yeah, we're going to enjoy our